Hey folks, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to the garage. I hope y'all are having a great day. Now in this video today, I'm going to do a couple things. One, I'm going to just touch on briefly my headlight restoration project that I did several months ago. I've got a video on that. I'll link that down in the description below. Also, what I'm going to do today is show you how to install a 3-inch backing plate on your DA. And what I've got here, this is my Harbor Freight Bauer dual action polisher. And then also I've got a pack of really inexpensive 3-inch foam pads that I got from Amazon. I'll have a link to these down in the description below. I used these as well as just my cordless drill to do my headlight restoration some time ago. Also, I used Mother's Mag and aluminum polish as my compound. Now that stuff worked really great. I was really impressed with it. So let's take a look at the headlights first, and then I'll show you how to install this 3-inch backing plate on your DA, and then we'll get into polishing this thing. All right, so let's take a look at these headlights really quickly. So about 9 months ago, I did a headlight restoration video. Again, I'll link to that video in the description below, where I took one headlight and I restored it with some Mother's Mag and aluminum polish. And then the other light, I tried to do a wet sand method. Now, if you go watch that video, you'll see the wet sand method where I wet sanded everything, and then I went back and applied a clear coat of aerosol spray. That did not work well for me at all, and I think that was really attributed to environmental conditions and my lack of talent with spray paint. So I decided to do both headlights with the Mother's Mag and aluminum polish. Now, that was about 9 months ago. When I did those, the headlights came out crystal clear. They were really nice, really sharp. So 9 months later, here's what you got. I can tell there's a little bit of yellowing, not so much any hazing, but you know, they're definitely getting worn, and you know, the summer sun has taken its toll on these headlights. Now I will say I did not put any protective coating on these things, you know, such as like Aerospace 303 UV protectant. I did put a coat of wax on these after I polished them, but I did not keep that coat of wax up. So I still have some of that aerosol spray, you know, that clear coat. I'm not going to do that again because that was just a mess for me. I do have some spray wax. I do have some what is that stuff? The Turtle Wax Ice Seal and Shine. So I'll probably put some of that on here just as a little bit of protecting. But there are other products out there on the market. One that comes to mind is a UV film that you put over top of your lens. I've never tried that, but I presume that works pretty well. There are other spray-on type applications that you can use. Again, I have not tried any of those, so I just can't honestly give you an opinion one way or the other on any of those types of clear coat or UV protective coatings. So that's what we're going to do. Let me show you how to get that backing plate on the DA, and then we'll attack these headlights. So what we're going to do today is install this little 3-inch backing plate, again, that came from Lake Country, and I'll have a link to this guy down in the description below if you're interested. So this thing is pretty easy to install, and I apologize if you can't really see this too well, but on the back side here there's a little slot in this weight guard. You just take the little very thin wrench that comes with it, wedge it in there, and spin it off to the left. Alright, and then just the opposite to install. Now, one thing here I will show you, there is a counterweight inside this dual action polisher, and I have seen I saw a pretty good video where a YouTuber did a comparison with a 6-inch backing plate and the 3-inch backing plate to show the differences in vibration. And what he did was actually drill holes in this backing plate to reduce the weight to counterbalance the smaller pad. But I'm not going to do that. We'll see how that vibration, you know, really feels when I get working with it. So again, to install the new backing plate, simply screw it on, put the wrench in that little window there, and tighten the backing plate down. All right, now, what are we going to do to get this headlight polished. First, I've got just my super clean all-purpose cleaner solution here. I'm going to use this kind of as a cleaner, degreaser to get this headlight clean. This is a 4-to-1 solution. I'm just going to wipe this headlight down. Just get all the road grime off of it. That way we're, reducing the chances of grinding any of the, road grime and anything else into the headlight. Alright, so that's pretty clean. Now I'm okay with that. Now you could take this one step further. You could actually clay this headlight just to get rid of a lot of the other, impregnated gunk and little spots of debris on here. You could also do, maybe an isopropyl mix spray just to clean that off even more. But I'm just going to wipe this off with my super clean, again diluted 4-to-1. Alright, so I've got the headlight taped off, and we'll do a 50-50 split here in just a second. Now, we were talking earlier about vibration. Let me go ahead and get this thing fired up and see how wibbly wobbly this thing is with a 3-inch pad. And what I'll do here is I'll just hold my hand, pretty loosely, just to kind of give you an idea. Alright, so that is not really all that bad. I can deal with that, if I'm only doing 2 headlights, maybe even a full car, I don't know. But the vibration is not, in my opinion, significant enough to where I feel like I would need to change out that counterweight or modify that counterweight any. So let's go ahead and get some polish on the pad here and get polishing. What my approach is going to be here is I'm going to start out on setting number 1 just to spread this polish out a little bit, and then I'll probably ramp it up to maybe 3 or 4 to go ahead and dig in and start doing the actual compounding. Get this section cleaned off here and see how well it did. Now I will say that DA from Harbor Freight is a little on the loud side. So if you're going to be doing this for prolonged periods of time, I would suggest wearing some hearing protection. Let me go ahead and pull this tape off and let's see what we get. I don't know how well you guys can see that, or if you can at all, but the line of tape, oh yeah, you should be able to see that on camera. So the line of tape was right here, right there, and that did a pretty darn good job. Alright, so that first pass was actually pretty successful. So the DA with that 3-inch backing plate, I feel is a better improvement over just your standard 24 volt cordless drill that you may use for this. So I'm going to go ahead and get the rest of this headlight done. I'm going to go ahead and do the passenger side headlight as well, and then when we finish, we'll come back, wrap up the video with some final thoughts. So what I'm going to try next, just kind of as a finishing touch, is this MEGUIAR'S Ultimate Polish, just a pre-waxing glaze. It says it's for deep reflections, high gloss, eliminates fine swirl marks. I'm going to switch over the the pad that I'm using. I'm actually going to try, what should we try? Let's try this orange pad. This orange pad feels a little bit more dense and a little bit stiffer than the black one. Just peel that guy right off. Get this one put on there. Alright, so let's just get a couple little dabs here on the pad. I'm just going to go with 3 little dabs here. Again, we'll do the same thing. We'll start out on setting number 1, and then we'll work our way up to maybe about 3 or 4 on the machine just to get it. Oh, that actually has a pretty good smell to it. And again, when I'm all said and done, I'm just going to put a coat of some quick wax over top of this, just as an extra layer of protection. Alright, so now that I've got everything cleaned up, what I'm going to use to throw on as a protectant, I'm actually going to do a double layer protection. First, I'm going to use a product from a company here locally, Majestic Solutions. This is their spray wax called Quick Slick, synthetic technology. And then as a second layer of protection, I'm also going to use this Turtle Wax Ice Seal and Shine. It has super hydrophobic properties. It says it's a synthetic sealant infused with carnauba wax for superior repellency and shine. Just going to spray it on and wipe it off. Alright, once I got that dried off, I'm going to come in with my Turtle Wax Ice Seal and Shine and just put another protective coating over it. And then I'm just going to wipe it clean with my microfiber towel. There we go. Alright guys, so that's all I'm going to do for these headlights. I'm going to do the same thing on the driver's side, and then I'll be all done. Alright folks, so there you have it. This is my second headlight restoration video. And again, what I wanted to show you guys is that your headlight restoration can be done with a DA. This inexpensive Bauer from Harbor Freight can be fitted with a 3-inch backing plate. And these little foam pads from Amazon work really well. My experience previously with the headlight restoration and the Mother's Magnet aluminum polish was really good. It was very successful, and as you saw from this video, again, that Mother's Magnet aluminum polish worked really well. And also, to finish it off, that MEGUIAR'S polish seemed to do a pretty good job finishing off everything as well. Now, your final step for headlight restoration may be different than mine, or you may want to try some of that Seal and Shine or some of the Majestic Solutions Quick Wax, or any wax of your preference. But whatever you do, be sure to put a sealant, some sort of coating over your headlights just to prevent them from yellowing prematurely. So guys, I hope this video has been helpful to you. If it has, be sure to hit that thumbs up. It really helps the channel and it helps with the YouTube algorithm. Also, if you hadn't done so already, please consider hitting that subscribe button. I just recently finished a video where I installed new LED high beam bulbs in my Envoy. Be sure to check that video out as well. As always, thanks again for stopping by, and we'll see you on the next one.